Ricky Stanicky is a 2024 American comedy film. The story sees a group of friends who use their created imaginary person named Ricky Stanicky since childhood to avoid their responsibilities, and decide to hire an actor to pose as Ricky when their families start getting suspicious. Initially, I had no interest in seeing this film. Like everyone else, I saw the initial picture even before this was announced, that picture of John Cena wearing the leggings and the skirt thing with the eye makeup and everything, that kind of went viral on social media and had everyone curious as to why he was wearing that. That happened for like a week, then everyone forgot about it, and then boom, this movie got announced and everyone was like, oh yeah, that's why. Even once I saw the trailer for the movie, it just didn't look that good to me or that funny, so I just ignored it. But then finally, with the whole John Cena being symbolically nude at the Oscars, when that whole situation happened, there was that whole conversation about him, people were saying that he sold his soul and stuff like that, and that it was embarrassing and that they would never do that, which of course they would never do that, they're not him. Once that whole thing happened with the Oscars, I was like, okay, movie, you've got my attention. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna review it. So here we are. First of all, I'm just gonna say this right now, I do not have much to talk about. This movie did not have much going on, so this is gonna be a short one. First of all, the story. The story was okay. The story was fine. Something that carried through the entire film with pretty much everything that was in it, I think, besides John Cena as Ricky Stanicky, was that there's a lot of unrealized potential with this film. The whole plot summary of it, like just laid bare, I think has a lot of potential in it. You know, make this like a friggin' 2005 R-rated comedy with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn and Will Ferrell, and this would be a modern classic. All right, it would totally be a classic, and it would be like a huge hit at the box office. Given to the right actors with the right director and the right writers, it could have been something special. It could have been something interesting and funny, but as is, it's just kind of bland. It's just kind of point A to point B. Honestly, there definitely could have been more stuff added to it, and it just felt really slow paced. Even I'm pretty sure the movie is close to 2 hours long, which is like 20 minutes longer than it should be. You could feel it, because they just weren't doing much. It was just kind of characters talking and just slowly walking around, there was just this feeling of just slow progress being made on everything that would in a regular comedy film just be going faster, just to make it a more tighter film. In this, it's just a bit too long, and it just kind of moves along blandly, and it's just not anything special going on with it. So it's not bad. It's not a bad story at all. It's just wasted potential. The characters are paper thin. And now that I'm thinking about it, Zac Efron and his other two guys, their wives and everyone else, they don't have much to do. Like, the only person that gets anything to do in this film, and it shows because they're the only person with any sort of interesting things to them, and that is John Cena's character. Everyone that isn't John Cena in this film, anyone that isn't Ricky Stanicky in this film, they are pretty bland. They come off as pretty bland. They're doing the best that they can with what they're given. Zac Efron is the classic straight man character with nothing added to him at all, no type of seasoning or nothing to it. The black guy, forgot his name, sorry, but the black gay guy, he's just black and gay, and he smokes weed. They try to make him a sort of like a secondary comedic relief character to John Cena, but it just didn't. The writing just was not there. And the middle guy, the one with the red hair, everyone tried, and the situations that they were put in had the potential, like I said before, with the story, had the potential to be funny. There is no bad acting in this film. Everyone did at least an okay job, with what they were given. But because of what they were given, everything just kind of does not have the punch that it should have. It's not as funny as it should be. Everything just kind of drags on. Moving on, their attempts at humor, I did not find it funny at all. Just like everything else, there were some funny situations, but it just did not fulfill the potential. The writing was just not there. The writing was just not good enough. Like John Cena, God bless him, he's trying his hardest with this material. Everyone is trying their hardest with this material. I can see that they're good actors, but the jokes just did not land. 95% of them just did not land for me. As far as anything positive that I have to say about the film, I'd have to say John Cena. That is it. The only positive thing about this film, the only thing that saves it from being a bad film, in my opinion, is John Cena. John, for years now, even back to his role in Fred, like the Fred movies. I'm pretty sure no one remembers them at this point, but there were some Fred movies that were on Nickelodeon, I think, like way back, like over 10 years ago at this point. And he was funny in those. Like, he was the best thing in those films. He was funny back then, even. He's even better now. And he's the only one that gets any sort of chuckle out of me. He's the only one that gets any inkling of good writing in this film. He is the only one with the good writing. He's the only one, like, he is trying his absolute best, trying his absolute hardest to save the writing, and he can't do it, but he gave it his all, and in the end, this is a really commendable performance. I can see why he's going so hard promoting the film, because I'm pretty sure that is what that was at the Oscars, just promotion. But yeah, his jokes, sometimes they did not land, but it's not his fault, bro. Like, he tried his absolute best, and the ones that did work came from him. So props to John Cena. He did his thing, and he's kind of in a Henry Cavill situation now, where he's a good actor in a bunch of bad movies, and he's just kind of in a rut right now. So hopefully he gets out of that, and he can get to show his comedy chops and his acting chops on some better films. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Ricky Stanicky. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention, on the poster of this film, it's got this sticker on it, kind of like 90s and 2000s comedy R-rated films, like the American Pie films. Like, they would have this sticker saying that it's an adult comedy film, kind of boasting about that, right? And this has a sticker saying, warning, an R-rated comedy film, right? And thinking about it now, just looking back on it, seeing it, it wasn't that raunchy, like nothing really crazy happens, like the situations can kind of seem crazy, like what they did, like with the baby and everything, but nothing really happens that kind of brands it as this raunchy, keep your kids away, put the kids to bed early kind of films. Like, it's no American Pie levels of dirty, so I'm not sure why they kind of led with that for the promotion. If you look at the film as just a plot summary, as just a concept, if you look at the individual situations that the characters are put in, yes, they can be funny. In the hands of a better director, in the hands of a better writer, definitely a better writer, a better comedy writer, this could have been a good film. It could have been a great film, even. Like, there's a lot of interesting stuff here that could have lended itself to a great film, but it's just so flatly executed. It's so flatly done. The writing is just not up to par. It's not funny. Everyone that isn't John Cena gets the wrong end of the stick, and they just aren't able to do their best because the writing just sucks so bad in this film. It's just so flat. Hopefully John Cena did not sell his soul for this film. Hopefully, and of course I mean like symbolically, as in like morals and stuff like that. That's what I mean, not literally, of course. But hopefully this is just stuff that he was comfortable with doing, promotion of the film and with the filming of it, because he does, do drag and stuff like that and makeup and stuff like that for multiple scenes of the film, since he does play an actor in the film. Of course, I don't think that he actually sold his soul, but let's say he technically did. Would it have been worth it for this film? No, of course not. It's just not up to par. It's just not that funny, bro. It's just like, yeah, everything just kind of falls flat. So that's my thoughts on Ricky Stanicky. It's a pretty mediocre comedy film. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. This has been Fraser Talks. See you all next time. God bless.